Alrighty, so apparently Elon Musk is getting sued, or, I mean, that's kind of happening with the stuff going on from the Olympics, but apparently there's some anti-labor union stuff that's going on that we got to cover on top of everything else going on in Musk's world. His daughter is shitting on him. He's getting his entire corpo sued from harassment shit at the Olympics, and then of course this is happening. So let's get to the fan art section, and then let's get into what the hell is going on here. This first one is from Riddle of Lightning, and it is me not being pregnant. Apparently, that's what we're staring at. Not pregnant me, which is typical me, actually, all things considered. I am usually not pregnant. Then we have one here from Blue, and honestly, this one is adorable. They just say a quick draw. It is a quick draw, and it's adorable. As always, thank you all for your fan art submissions. If you want your fan art to be shown in a future video, the best way to do so is to drop it into the fan art section of the Discord. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this madness. So, UAW hits Musk and Trump with federal labor charges over union-busting comments. Oh, boy. So, let's go ahead and see here. The key points here are the United Auto Workers filed federal labor charges against Donald Trump and Elon Musk for their comments applauding the practice of firing employees who threaten to strike. Under federal law, it is illegal to fire workers who threaten to strike. Trump has been vying for the labor vote in the presidential race against Vice President Kamala Harris, though the UAW has already endorsed the vice president. Oh boy. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit when we went over some bits from the interview between those two. But yeah, just kind of going on record to say, no, I like it when they try to strike you just fire them. It's great. Great. I love it. I love that you do that. It's fantastic. That shit was insane, right? And here we are watching the fallout from that. The United Auto Workers Union on Tuesday filed federal labor charges with the National Labor Relations Board against former President Donald Trump and billionaire Elon Musk for publicly applauding the practice of firing workers who threatened to strike. This, of course, where they had their conversation that we mentioned before. Trump saying, "I look at what you do," Trump said to Musk during a 2-hour interview Monday night on Twitter. "You walk in, you say, you want to quit, they go on strike," Trump said to Musk, who is also the CEO of the electric vehicle car maker Tesla and SpaceX. "I won't mention the name of the company, but they go on strike and you say, that's okay, you're all gone, so every one of you is gone." Trump was referring to the 2022 gutting of Twitter's staff after Musk took over the social media business and renamed it X. It is illegal to fire workers who threaten to strike because the right to strike is protected under federal labor law. Sean Fain says, "When we say Donald Trump is a scab, this is what we mean." For those who don't know, a scab is usually someone who is a picket line crosser. If you listen to a lot of like old folk music, there's a lot of derogatory terminology used for people who are considered scabs. For those who may not know what a picket line crossing is, so if you are part of a union, and you say, hey, this is a line that we will not cross. You say, hey, we're going to be on strike from August 30th until the time where our demands are met, or some negotiation has gone some way where we return to work. You go on strike. Anybody who returns to work before that time is considered a picket line crosser. The picket line is the area at the end of the strike. You cross the picket line, and then you are just considered a scab, somebody who was to be removed from the entire person of the union. Now, scabs are looked down on really, really poorly because the point of a strike is to take a united effort to convince a employer to give better working conditions to the employees. It is not a form of punishment. It is not anything like that. It is quite literally the workers going, hey, part of our agreement with you is that we have a safe work environment. We have a stable work environment. We have a work environment that provides us with our needs. So until our needs are met, we will not be working. This is one of the reasons why quiet quitting became such a practice recently, because it allows people to do this sort of strike where they are not really engaging in the job until things improve for them, but it's typically done at places that don't have unions. You have to have a union to organize a strike because unions are legally protected. And also, there is no way to effectively organize something like this outside of having a union, realistically. So within union culture, being a scab is one of the worst things you can be. This is one of the reasons why, say, the Screen Actors Guild, SAG, may not work with someone like Donald Trump if he is known to be a union buster, just as an example. When we say Trump stands against everything our union stands for, this is what we mean. Neither the Trump campaign nor Musk replied to CNBC's request for comment on the UAW action. Trump's praise of union busting is notable because the Republican president nominee is currently fighting to win support from organized labor in a tight race against Vice President Kamala Harris. The UAW, which represents over 400,000 automobile workers, has already endorsed Harris, but another major U.S. labor union, the Teamsters, has yet to make an endorsement. Now, that part's interesting because the Teamsters did end up having a showing over at CPAC, right? It wasn't CPAC. Was it CPAC? The Republican National Convention. There we go. During the Republican National Convention, Teamsters actually did come out during that and had a speech for that. Said, firing workers, organizing, striking, and exercising their rights as Americans is economic terrorism, Teamsters President Sean O'Brien said Tuesday in a statement to NBC News responding to Trump's remarks. Firing workers for organizing strike. Okay, cool. In July, O'Brien delivered a speech at the Republican National Convention. See, I could have just read a little further and they would have given me the name of the thing I forgot. That would have been good. In July, O'Brien delivered a speech at the Republican National Convention, which he said was intended to underscore that the union's powerful political endorsement was still available to whichever candidate pledged to champion workers' interests. Musk is no stranger to labor battles. Tesla has clashed with union proponents for years, and Tesla workers remain without a union. In 2021, the NLRB found that Tesla violated labor laws when it fired a union activist. The board made the same finding after Musk wrote on Twitter in 2018, "Nothing is stopping Tesla team at our car plant from voting union. Could do so tomorrow if they wanted, but why pay union dues and give up stock options for nothing?" Do you actually give up stock options when you are part of a union? Is that what happens there? Hold on. Unions and stock options. Hold on. Some companies do grant stock options to union employees. This helps foster an ownership culture. Usually, union employees are also eligible to participate in any employee stock purchase that the company offers. So, no, that's a lie. That one's just a lie. You don't have to not have stock options if you're in a union. Okay. Hitchbiker says, how about hiring a bunch of non-union workers to pose as a union shop as a campaign stunt? Sarah Chikorita says, I think it's less a lie and more a threat. Probably. Let's see here. SpaceX has been accused by the U.S. Labor Board of illegally firing 8 employees, this time in retaliation over their internal open letter criticizing Musk and his public conduct. In response, SpaceX filed a suit claiming the NLRB's authority and administrative proceedings are unconstitutional. Okay, so basically this is just more fallout from the conversation they had on Twitter a few days ago, which was riddled with all kinds of weird shit, like Donald Trump simping for Kamala Harris, and of course, that one weird bit about climate change I got to tune into live. And now we're here listening to Trump and Elon wax lyrical about being anti-union. You can be anti-union in your heart of hearts. It makes you an idiot, but you can do that, right? Unions are there so that you, as an individual worker, have group representation when you are trying to argue for yourself, right? Let's say that you don't receive pay increases in a few years, or you don't receive medical benefits at your store, wherever you happen to be. Do you know how you advocate for yourself in that situation? It's not as an individual. As an individual, your boss can just kind of laugh at you and go, it's cool that you think all that, but bye. They can just fire you. But if you're part of a union, then it's very hard for them to operate when 100 people suddenly don't come into work the next day. And that 100 people are picketing. And because they're picketing outside, this is where the picket line thing comes from, because they're picketing outside on strike, anybody who is wondering, why can't I go in and get my groceries? Why can't I go in and do the thing? Well, these people did not have humane working conditions for us, so we are striking. Oh, cool. Now random passerbys become more informed on the shitty ways in which your company is operating. Now, to those of you who may say, why not just leave and go get better work? I'm going to go ahead and counter that. Oftentimes, we like the workers we are with, and we like what a company might ostensibly stand for, and we want to see it improve. We don't personally gain anything from going to another company that might abuse us, but we can gain something from improving the company that we are dealing with at the time. Necrochild says, how brainwashed are the average worker to believe the anti-union rhetoric? Fairly brainwashed. When I was working at Walmart, we had a lot of people who were anti-union because Walmart played anti-union propaganda against us. Necrochild says it seems to be particularly bad in the South. Yup. In fact, actually, for those who might not remember the Walmart anti-union propaganda, here, one sec. Let me see if I can find it here. Here we are.
Russell, I was just telling Julian Dane here, the Walmart listens to our associates.
Sure does. Mr. Walton said over and over again, listen to our associates. They are our best idea generators.
Huh. Hey, Russell, you ever had an idea they went for?
Not yet. Donna has.
Yeah, but she's management.
Well, she wasn't management when she hit on a way to reorganize our receiving paperwork. She was a stalker then.
Not too long ago either.
Now we're using her way in every Walmart. Right, Donna?
Right. You see, the company wants to hear new ideas. For instance, the people greeters in our stores who make customers feel welcome, that was an associate's idea.
It sounds like employees, associates, they're listened to.
And without going through union politicians.
Of course not. But you see, management recognizes our associates. We know that our associates' ideas are good. Associates even came up with suggestions about our work schedules.
And they use some of them right away.
Russell, you know of any union that works like that?
Of course not. All unions work at is taking a cut out of my pay.
Yeah, take your money and spend it to help in political campaigns. You know, help people I don't even vote for.
Me too. But they're never gonna do that to me again.
You were in a union?
Yep, but no more. You see, I'm one of the hundreds of thousands of former union workers, or members. I'm one of the thousands of reasons unions are getting so much smaller.
Well, Dane was in a union too.
Yeah, I was in a union. You know, where I worked, union rules made it so we couldn't even rush a shipment. And we kept on losing customers and money till the truck line shut down. You know, a lot of jobs, more union jobs, they're all gone.
You people at the truck line, you voted for a union.
Yep.
Voted for a union? Nah, there never was a vote. The union got enough cards signed and demanded the company recognize the union without an election.
Without an election? I mean, didn't you have cards to sign saying that you wanted a union election?
Yeah, and I signed a card just to get them off my back. You know, I thought there had to be a vote, and I'd vote no, but I sure got fooled.
Yeah, see, this is the kind of stuff that I had to watch when I started working at Walmart. And don't get me wrong, every now and again I do fantasize about going back to work for Walmart, kind of like undercover, and trying to start a union just to like document how that process goes and how it will ultimately fail because Walmart does their shit the way they do. But people like Elon Musk, they see training videos like that and they're like, yeah, that one. That's the energy we need to have at our company. Species says Facepalm is a former union worker. That is propaganda. No, it is propaganda. See, Walmart doesn't get to be anti-union, but what they get to do is they get to say that they are not anti-union. People could form a union whenever they want, but they will find ways to fire you while there so you can't form one. This is the same shit Elon Musk is doing. And of course, now him and Trump are in hot water for very flippant statements about unions. Go figure. So yay. So they're known to close stores to prevent unions from organizing? Right, because if one store gets a union, all of their stores will eventually get unions, and they can't fathom a world where they have to do things like kowtow to a union. They can't fathom a world where they have to do things like give health care, before the first year somebody is involved in the company and make sure that it's good health care. They can't fathom paying a wage that people can actually live with. They can't fathom doing any of that. They would rather shut down a store, annihilating lots of jobs in the process, in order to make sure that unions can't form. That's what they would rather do. Mari says, did anyone know Jesse Ventura, who is backing Kamala Harris? He wanted two pro wrestlers to unionize, but Hulk Hogan ratted him out? Brother. We're just back to Hulk Hogan posting again. That's where we're at right now. It's Hulk Hogan with a pussy posting. We are back at Hulk Hogan with a pussy posting. It's great. Anyway, let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below, because where I'm at right now, I think it's hilarious that there are people that are actually going to try to hold Trump and Elon accountable for the dumb shit that they say out in public when people can actually scrutinize their words, as they are both ostensibly business owners of one shade or another. They don't get to just say whatever the fuck they want when it comes to the businesses that they run. They don't get to be abusive dictators to their employees. In an ideal world. Anyway, insert end of video tagline here. Hey, just wanted to give a quick thank you to all of my wonderful patrons who help keep me afloat and help keep this channel going. YouTube and Twitch are wonderful platforms, but at the end of the day, stability is not one of their strong suits. If you want to support my channel, then obviously Patreon is one of the best ways of doing that. Link is in the description. But I do want to personally thank everybody who has contributed to the channel. Those people would be Red Joker, Purple Poundini, Jemshin, Britzkrieg, Jupe the Malignant, Michael, Ravalern, Mabbity Babbity, Astral Frontier, Autumn and Angel, Nixie Chan, Mark Anthony, Victorian Alchemist, I'm not saying the last part of that, and you know that, Arcton Arclacier, Kiratorian, Dren Hadamata, Jordan M, John L, Lord Bleck, Smiling Game Master, and Fireshard. And everyone else who supports my channel and lets me do what I do full time. This is a dream job of mine that I never believed that I would be able to take full time, and with your help, I've been able to do it. So thank you so very much for that. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you all enjoy, and I hope you all are having a wonderful time. I will see you all in the next one, hopefully.